Margarine has a long and surprising history. It wasn't always a staple in kitchens. In fact, it started as a cheaper alternative to butter. A French chemist, Hippolyte Maury, created margarine in the 1860s. Napoleon III wanted a butter substitute for his army and the lower classes. Major Maurice used beef tallow, a rendered form of beef fat, to create his butter substitute. This new product was more affordable and accessible. People started using margarine as a spread and in cooking. Its popularity grew, especially during times of economic hardship. However, margarine's taste and texture differed from butter. It was noticeably different. Despite this, its affordability kept it in the market. Little did people know that this butter substitute would become a subject of health debates in the years to come. After World War II, margarine consumption increased dramatically. Butter was rationed during the war, making margarine a household staple. Food manufacturers saw an opportunity. They began heavily marketing margarine as a healthier alternative to butter. This marketing push coincided with growing concerns about saturated fat. People were becoming more health conscious. Margarine made from vegetable oils was touted as lower in saturated fat. It became the heart-healthy choice. This marked a turning point in margarine's public perception. No longer just a cheap substitute, it was now a health food. People switched from butter to margarine, believing they were making a positive change for their health. However, this perception would be challenged in the decades to follow. In the 1990s, a landmark study by Harvard Medical School changed everything. This research revealed a shocking truth about margarine. It contained trans fats, which were even worse for heart health than saturated fats. The study found that trans fats increased the risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. This revelation sent shockwaves through the food industry and the medical community. The healthy alternative was suddenly linked to serious health problems. The study's findings led to a major shift in dietary recommendations. Health organizations began advising people to limit their intake of trans fats. The food industry scrambled to reformulate their products, including margarine, the manufacturing process from vegetable oil to spreadable fat. To understand the health implications of margarine, it's important to understand how it's made. The process begins with liquid vegetable oils like soybean, corn, or palm oil. These oils are then subjected to a process called hydrogenation. Hydrogenation involves adding hydrogen atoms to the oil molecules. This process makes the oil more solid at room temperature, giving margarine its spreadable texture. However, hydrogenation also creates trans fats as a byproduct. In addition to hydrogenation, margarine often contains other additives. These include emulsifiers, preservatives, artificial flavors, and colors. While some additives are necessary for texture and shelf life, others are purely for cosmetic purposes. Margarine and Your Health: The Bitter Truth About Trans Fats. Trans fats are a type of unsaturated fat that has been artificially altered. They are created through the process of hydrogenation, which is used to solidify liquid oils. While small amounts of trans fats occur naturally in some animal products, the majority of trans fats in our diets come from processed foods, including margarine. The problem with trans fats is that they raise your LDL, or bad cholesterol levels, and lower your HDL, or good cholesterol levels. This combination increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, and other health problems. Trans fats have also been linked to inflammation, insulin resistance, and an increased risk of certain types of cancer. In recent years, the food industry has made efforts to reduce trans fats in margarine and other processed foods. However, it's important to read labels carefully, as some products may still contain small amounts of trans fats. It's always best to choose natural whole foods whenever possible.